Hey friend, David here from Learn Stage Lighting, and this month I'm really excited because we're diving in to DJ lighting. That's right, diving into that pool. And truth be told, it's an area here on this channel that I haven't gone into as much depth with in the past, but I want to go into more depth with now and into the future. And so in this video, I really want to give you an introduction to DJ lighting. I want to share how DJ, whether it's kind of like a mobile DJ, proms and weddings and parties person, or whether it's somebody starting out with EDM lighting, how there's actually a lot in common between these two types of setups. And then last, I want to talk about what you need to begin with DJ lighting, because ultimately, my goal here in this video is that you're a DJ, you're interested in adding lighting, you don't know how to do it, or maybe you've got some basic stuff and you're not happy with it. At the end of this video series, I want you to be happy with it. I want you to have an idea what you need to get, how to use what you already have, and how to make the most out of as few lights as possible. And then, of course, we'll have more resources where you can get more info on DJ lighting. So, what do you need to begin with DJ lighting? Well, the very first thing, and this might seem incredibly obvious, is you need some lights, right? Of course we need some lights, but David, what kind of lights do I need as a DJ? And I think that's a really valid question, because I'm always paying attention to what people are doing out there, watching videos, seeing things in real life as I walk through my day, and there's really kind of two types of lights that a DJ is going to use. You're going to use lighting that's on your DJ area, your booth, and also on your dance floor. And then you're going to have lighting that is additional decor lighting. Maybe up lights or special accents of lights around entrances, around the outside of rooms, maybe special gobos, things like that. And I think it's important to really separate things into these groups for a couple reasons. The first is that they really have different purposes when we talk about DJ lighting. The lights on the dance floor and on your DJ area are there to excite and ignite the party and should move and match what you're doing with the music. Whereas the environmental lighting, those up lights, ceiling lights, even twinkle lights under tables and areas that are highlighted by different lights throughout a venue for a wedding, for a corporate event, for a prom, whatever. Those lights may not need to change with the music and will probably stay static all night long. And so I really divide lights, first off, into those two groups, and I think it's important to look at them separately. And I also think that when you're working with a client, you need to build those things separately, because they really are separate things, and I think that you should look at those things separately. Second thing you need is a console or some kind of software to control these lights. Okay, when I'm making these videos, it's the year 2020, or maybe it's just a few years after, and this is going to apply, that sound active isn't good enough anymore. It used to be that you could show up, put a couple lights up on some trees, flick them into sound active mode as a DJ, and let them go all night long. But today, not only is it easier than ever to create a DJ lighting show that matches your music, but it's easier to automate it and to make it work with what you're already doing in a simple way. Okay? Now, that's on the entry level. If we take a step up from there, maybe you've got somebody who assists you who's going to run the lights on a larger event. Well, in that case, you don't have to automate things, and you have some more freedom to do some different things, okay? But either way, you need to be able to control this stuff, right? And like I said, sound active mode just isn't enough anymore. We've got to do better than that. The other DJs in your market, the other things that people see online, they see DJs that are controlling their lights. But guess what? It doesn't have to be complicated. I just see, when I look out there at DJs and when I talk to DJs, I see a lot of confusion in this area. And I think it's around one point that I talk about a lot here on Learn Stage Lighting, which is that sometimes the right control solution, the right console, isn't going to come from the same brand that your lights are going to come from. And it's hard to find good information on how to make a solution that's not from the brand you bought your stuff from work with your lights, especially if you're new to this. And that's one of the things that I bring to the table, saying, hey, you know, let's bring this stuff together and show you how you can make any lights work with different ways to control them, automate it to your music, or at least set it up so that it's easy for you to hit some simple scenes, to be able to fire your lights into sound active mode via DMX at times when you need that extra punch and you don't have time to press things because you're already busy enough DJing. And then we want to talk about what I said I was going to talk about earlier in this video, which is simply this: DJ lighting versus EDM lighting. In the past, mobile DJ lighting was definitely set up a couple quick light trees, pop them in sound active mode. I talked about that already. But today, mobile DJ lighting actually really can look a lot like EDM music lighting, especially at the intro level. Think about the mobile DJs that you've seen out there that really have their show together and make something cool. Chances are they've got kind of the DJ central on stage or on the area in front of the dance floor at a table. And then they may uplight that table or have some lights under it, have some lights behind it, and then probably have some truss towers with some different moving lights on them, right? This is for, you know, kind of somebody who's further along, who's been working with lighting for a while and doing those gigs that pay for it, okay? Now, think about the latest, you know, mega EDM festival that you've seen, okay? There's many big ones out there right now, like the Ultra Festival in Miami. There's a huge one in Las Vegas that's escaping my mind right now. People, write it in the comments below if you're new here. And, you know, among others. And think about those stages. Well, you've got a DJ Central and you've got a lot of moving lights behind that person and LEDs and stuff in similar configurations. At the end of the day, the programming-wise is kind of the same too, right? You want to take times where there's slower points in the dynamics and really break it down, use less lights and simpler movements. And then as the music speeds up, you want the lights to react to that music, and you want them to follow the ebbs and flows of the songs. And so, at the end of the day, while sure, if you're going to professionally do EDM music as a lighting designer and do these big festivals, then your lighting might look different from the local DJ. But at the same time, at the entry to intermediate level, these two types of lighting actually look very similar. So, guys, that's it for today's video. Hey, if you are new here, though, you're looking to buy some DJ lights, we're going to go into this more next week, but I want to get something into your hands first, and it's my guide, 4 things that you need to know before you buy any DJ lighting. In this, I walk through some things you really want to look for when buying your first DJ lighting. And in fact, you might have noticed a little bit different backdrop here. We got some funky laser stuff, this red light behind me. And that's thanks to Eliminator Lighting. They sent me these lights to check out, and I'll be reviewing them later this month. So we'll be on the lookout for that because they're a great brand who's really prominent in the DJ space. Until then, make sure you grab that guide, subscribe here, and I will see you guys on our next video where we'll talk about finding those right lights for DJ lighting. See ya.